Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So like I'm connecting, you give a wire source, okay, and then run. All right, run. And if you see means there will be a transient like waveform that you'll be having. But instead of continuous connectivity, you have to connect one switch in the middle. Okay, from the source to the resistance, you have to connect one switch. Okay, right.
Ma'am,
So I am
ma'am,
stopping and I am including that switch. What, ma?
ma'am, where did you got that 65.5 condition?
Which one? This one now.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is inductor. No, inductor.
Yeah, okay, okay. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, I will. So I'm beginning from the beginning. I'm deleting everything. So now I want a source that is a square wave source. I'm going to draw inputs and sources. Add square wave. I'm doing it. Okay. All right. And in then I need one switch. So check out where I'm having a switch. So I think I can use one analog switch. Okay, let me see. Right. This is my analog switch which I can open and close. Normally closed if I'm giving, you give it normally closed means it will be always closed. Okay. I click on it, it will open, I think so. Always check where other switches are present. Some other switches.
Ma'am, passive component.
Huh?
Ma'am, switch is in inputs and
Passive.
sources.
There.
Ma'am, passive components also.
Inputs and source, there is no switch.
Ma'am, active
Where is the
components or just press
switch?
S.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, just press S key.
ma'am, passive
It is
one.
a shortcut for
Ah,
it.
okay, okay.
Passive component.
Passive one.
I found switch. Okay.
Ma'am,
This I will not use. Okay, it's in passive components. Okay, switch. Then I want one inductor. I think inductor is first in the diagram. So I'm using an inductor. And then I'm using a resistor. Okay. And I need to connect everything. Suppose if I'm clicking on it, it will open like this. Okay, so that type of switch you select. All are able to observe.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Connect everything by wire. Then close, but
Ma'am,
check out whether
Can anyone hear something?
No.
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 Okay, so it's cool.
Hey, how to open switch page?
By clicking on it. Just click
Click
on it.
on it.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Check out my circuit, please.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Just load the file into the e-circuit.
Okay, people again. Okay, let's discuss then. Okay. All are able to see the screen now? Hear me out?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No,
No,
Again,
ma'am.
no, ma'am.
again,
No, ma'am.
okay, again I'll present. Wait. Okay, now you are able to see the screen that I'm showing you on RLC circuit.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now only it will be visible. Okay. Now you can see one circuit that I have given.
Yes, ma'am.
All
How
can
you
see,
have
yeah?
earth, ma'am? How have you done earthing, ma'am?
Earthing, yeah. Earthing. See, I will start from the beginning. You go to draw, okay? And then inputs and sources, you click on add square wave source, okay, like this. Okay. And you can click and you can fix up the parameters. Then you have to know a switch, okay? Like I'm opening and closing, there should be a switch element. So for that, again under draw passive components, add switch element is there. So that switch element. Okay, if I click on it means it will open. Open means the circuit will not be closed, so there will be no current flow. As you can see here, the current is not flowing, conventional current. Only if I press on it and close, the current is starting to flow. Are you able to observe?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then this is an inductor, normal inductor that I will select again from passive components, add inductor, I will give like this. Okay. Then as usual, I have to connect one resistor, right? Like given in my circuit, I am doing it. All right. And then one ground component I want. The ground component is also there. Okay. Under passive components, add inputs and sources. There is a ground component. Na? Are you able to observe?
Yes, ma'am.
That you connect. Okay, that you connect. That you connect. That is my ground component. Okay. And then outputs, from outputs and labels, they have added one analog output, I think so, like this. Okay, this is an analog output that I have connected here. Okay, have you understood how I have connected?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the rest in class? All have understood. This is how we have to give a RL circuit connection. What about Roshan, Aryan, Ayush,
Ma'am, please
Aditya?
tell of the ground how to connect it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Draw, add passive components, inputs and
No,
sources, add ground. Understood, Yashwant?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, will you
Okay.
say that, ma'am, on the out component எப்படி போறது ma'am?
Out and outputs and labels, add analog output. Add
Okay.
analog output. Okay. All understood from where I have picked?
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now you
Yes.
have to observe the waveforms. Okay. Escape you give. Connect using wire. All the components you have to connect using wire and give view in scope. Okay. And you can see how the waveforms are coming. Okay. That is resembling your output waveform that is present in your lab manual or not. What waveform is given in your lab manual? Same waveform you are getting or not? Yes or no, ma? Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me? People, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to understand? Others also, Linsel, Nagasani, Ishika, Veeravardhan, Maniganda,
Ma'am.
Prabhas. All of you understood how to connect RL? Sivanesh,
Yes,
Soumil,
yes. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Manish.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
view and graph
Yes.
வேற மாதிரி வருது
No?
மேம்.
இது வருது.
ஸ்கோப்ல
Rishi,
வியூ
Reshma, Omrati, Tejashwani. Tejashwani,
Yes, ma'am.
you are not present in earlier classes so long. Now
Yeah,
only you are joining.
I wasn't feeling well for the past 10 days.
If people understood all of you, I want your response, ma, because the
Yes,
net was not connected. All of you understood.
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
What about Priyam Singh? Priyam Singh, you are new to the class.
Yes, ma'am.
Priyam,
Yes, ma'am.
you understood how to proceed, Priyam?
Yes, ma'am.
She afterwards attend classes regularly. Priyam Singh.
Ma'am, I am new join.
Yeah, I know, but have you understood today's lab experiment or not? That is my question, because you are telling yes, yes. Okay, so all are able to see the waveform that is coming underneath.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Like that, you have to have. This is output or input?
Output.
Out. Now I want input also. So the click near the square waveform and again input view will pop. Okay, both the input and output will be visible. Okay, that green color waveform is what?
Green color.
Green of what shape?
Square.
Square wave.
Okay, that is input or output? Green color.
input
Input.
Input. Okay, yellow color one is
Output.
Out.
output.
output. Okay, both the waveforms you have to paste. Okay, this is RL. All right. Suppose if I am
Okay.
disconnecting the switch, then what will happen? I'll stop. If I disconnect the switch, then it is not running, no, because the circuit is not closed, so there won't be any current flow. Okay, only input is there, but can you observe the output? Are you able to see the
Yes, ma'am.
output? Output. This is input
No,
only.
ma'am.
What about the output?
No,
No,
ma'am.
output is
No,
missing.
ma'am.
Okay. So again, I will close the switch. Okay. So you can now see suddenly now the output is changing from one state to another state. That is called as what? The transients. Okay. Understood, Amma? See, people, listen. All of you mute your mic. Okay. See, the square waveform, the square wave, mute your mic, all of you. Mute your mic. Come on, listen. Listen. Okay, all are listening.
Yes, ma'am.
It's
Yes, ma'am.
a square waveform is changing from one state to another state. That is, here if we see means it is high state. If see here means it's coming from high state to low state. On, off, no. Yes or no? The square waveform, the shape usually is on, off, like that it will go. Okay. So depending upon that state of the input, okay, how it varies. From 0 to 10 it is jumping, and then from 10 to 0 it is jumping, then 0 to 10 it's going, then 10 to 0 it's jumping. So this is how the input is changing state all of a sudden. Okay, suppose if you see to this point where I am keeping the cursor, at this point the value is jumping from -10 to +10 or 0 to 10. Okay, so at this point that there will be a rising transient. Okay, it will be an increasing transient at the output side. So if it is jumping from 10 volt to -10 volt, it will be a decaying transient. Okay, decaying curve. Okay, increasing and decreasing, all depends upon the sudden change in the input voltage that you are giving. Okay, that process or phenomena is called as transient theory. You will take it in class. That time you will understand it better. But simulation wise, have you understood what you need to do? All of you understood, huh? What about you people? Are you there? Give me an answer. Will you be able to proceed with the RC circuit
Yes,
or
ma'am.
not? This is only
Yes,
for
ma'am.
RL. Okay, how will you proceed for RC? How will you proceed for RC? RC circuit is also there in your book, no? So how will
Ma'am,
you proceed for RC? Hmm.
ma'am, what values we have to show for screenshots?
Anything default value. Here it is 1 Henry. All of you choose your own value and submit. Okay.
Okay,
Don't use
ma'am.
the same value. You can fix up any value you want. Okay, suppose if I'm choosing,
Ma'am,
let me check.
where should change voltage, ma'am?
And double click on every component, you will be able to change. Wait, let me change this one first. Okay. 100 I am changing, and input also I will try to change. Okay, now I am giving 50. Okay, alright.
Yes, ma'am.
And I
Okay,
can
ma'am.
change frequency also. I am
Okay, ma'am.
fixing at a 70 like that. You could change. And again, you can reset and it will run. Okay, now you can change. You know what difference does it make? Now it becomes triangle. Okay, at the output side. Are you able to observe? Input is again square only, but the output, if you see, means it's resembling a square waveform. That will all depend upon what value of change that I am making in the inductance. So, what value of change did I make in the inductance?
One you have done.
Earlier it was 1, now I have changed it to 100 Henry. That's why that waveform is more short. Okay. So you can fix up any value you want. Suppose if you want to change resistance value to 100 or 50 or 330 ohm, that is also your own interest only. Okay. Now let us check out what waveform it brings. Okay. It all depends upon whatever choice you are making. You can make your own choice. Okay. Yeah? And for RC circuit also you have to do the same thing, and you have to paste the circuit along with the graph. Okay, with that we'll close up the class. Or you have any other doubts? Do you have any other doubts how to pick the components from where?
No, ma'am.
Okay, shall we disperse then? Sorry for all the inconvenience in the
No problem. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, what results you want in screenshots?
Naga sign
Then
that input and output waveform.
Ma'am,
Input
for
output
input,
waveform along with the circuit.
ma'am, for input we have to click on which component? For scope,
Input same way like a
that square
square
wave.
waveform you view in scope. That's all.
Okay, ma'am. And for output, inductor.
Output that analog output is there.
Oh,
No,
okay, ma'am.
ma'am,
this one.
ma'am, we have to
Hmm.
make the screenshot of individual like output one screenshot, then input one screenshot, then together input and output one
No,
screen.
this circuit I am showing. No, it is having input waveform, output waveform, circuit all are together. One circuit you paste it. That's enough. No,
Okay, ma'am, only one screenshot required.
for RL one screenshot and one RC one screenshot.
Ma'am, and how
Okay,
to
ma'am.
draw the graph?
How to draw the graph? That is not needed. You paste the circuit diagram along with this graph. That is enough. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
There's a separate graph that is given in the manual. I think it's not needed. Only for experimental purpose they have used the graph. See, Nagasini,
Okay,
you
ma'am.
understood where I have got the index graph? Nagasini?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. I understood it now, ma'am.
What about Gokul? Do you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, where to get the graph, ma'am?
Which graph? Already underneath the circuit, the graph is running. No,
Graph,
Nagasini.
ma'am.
That is enough. With the graph running, you print screen and you paste. That is enough. Okay. Two
Okay, ma'am.
circuits you
Thank
have
you.
to paste. One for series RC, one for series RL. Okay. Any other doubts you people are having?
No, ma'am.
Shall we discuss then? Shall we close the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
What
Yes, ma'am.
waveform? Theory regarding transients I will teach in class. Okay, next class. That way problem was there. So any other doubts if people are having? What about Priyam? Will you be able to cope with that experiment? You understood? Priyam,
Yes, ma'am.
you understood how to proceed with today's experiment?
I'll try to. But
What ma? What about Mita Ishwant? Samita?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Understood,
of you
ma'am.
understood? Huh? Okay, then we can close class today. It's enough, I think so.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma. Then close the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Thank
what
you,
about
ma'am.
attendance and dislike?
Okay. Okay.
So how about attendance?
Already I told you, no, I am having an
Okay, okay,
automatic
okay.
attendance
So we
marker
can
Okay,
as
leave.
okay
I
then.
will
Okay.
Right?
take attendance.
Ma'am, will you please share this video?
Yes, all can leave.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
there is no video to show.
Yeah,
So
madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
the 30-minute video I will put if you want.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am, it is being recorded here.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, yes, it's recorded. The 30-minute video I will put.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
What about Shrish? Understood? Huh?
Okay,
Akhil?
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
I have any doubts, I'll